Today is my birthday. Makes you think when you pass a year. So I was like, all right, what can I do that's most useful? It's what I've been most useful for, knee ability. So we're going through a live knee ability workout. We're going to be bringing a lot of these live workouts. So you may see other people training in the background, maybe a bit loud. The first step of knee ability is backward. So let's start going backward. We're going to do the workout, and I'll explain some key principles as we go through. I'm thinking to push through my toes. If you look at a sled, what is the resistance? The resistance is the friction between the sled and the ground. So you have gravity plus the weight against the ground surface. Like if this sled was on that rubber surface, it wouldn't budge at all. I wouldn't be strong enough to move it. So it's different than lifting weights. And a special guest is actually going to help finish explaining this part, which is my mom. Let's take a look at her back there in the wild. She's with my kids right now. You can actually see both of my parents. My mom has been doing knee ability training for 7 years now, and it has been a game changer for her mobility. So she's 70 years old. Her and I do the same exercise at different levels. Alyssa, me, my mom, some of the best athletes in the world. It's principles. That's why I'm doing the workout with Alyssa today, so you can see a lot of context. But I'm going to call her over here. Hey, Mom, I need you for 1 second. You don't have to come out here. You can just stand here. She's probably pissed that I'm deviating her from grandparent duty. She is a super nana. For one thing, I'm giving you a hug because today's my birthday.
Yeah.
I didn't have to work too hard for my birthday. I try to remember to give my mom a special acknowledgement on my birthday. And I thought you could explain why sled is our foundation.
Oh, okay, well.
I'm putting you on the spot.
Yes, you are. Can she be in it too?
Yeah.
Okay. It's busy. Oh, okay,
You're
here
good.
we go.
You're good.
All right. Anyway, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Sled is like the #1 longevity tool for older youngsters like me. I sled just about every day.
Wow.
And I live in Florida, so I can be outside. I actually sled outside. I push and I pull.
Wow.
I push until I have some soreness and burn, and then I pull until I have soreness and burn and go back and forth up and down the street. And it's going to take me through decades of birthdays for Ben.
Good.
And for his children
I
and my
need it.
grandchildren.
Thanks, Mama.
Okay.
You did your job. Now back to your other job.
Okay.
So I thought that would be some helpful perspective, which is that I fell in love with the sled because it got my knees off painkillers by going backward. Now, backward, forward is also great. For the knee, it seems like as long as we get backward as well, it seems to do the job, meaning you could just as easily do the forward and the backward. Now, I was starting to explain how the loading works. So we even put 1,000 pounds on a sled and tried to have my mom move it, and it just didn't budge. But what if she tried to put 1,000 pounds on her shoulders? Well, what if she tried to put 10,000 pounds on a sled? It still just wouldn't move. So you have a fundamental difference that the difficulty is the friction of the ground. So let's pause and think on the first principle here. Backward rehabs forward. I've seen too many cases to not talk about this the rest of my life, that someone who can't do forward activities they want to do because of knee problems, you can backward your way to those forward activities. Sled makes that really easy to do and with super low risk in the process. So this leads us though directly to the second principle. I'm pushing through the toes. I was doing this to try to fix my knees, but you're also getting a lot of lower leg activation. So I think there's sort of a second principle where if you think about gravity, building from the ground up seems to rehab the effects of gravity. Backward rehabs forward. Building from the ground up seems to rehab gravity. So we'll go right into the next part, and I'll put Alyssa on a calf stretch. So we're flowing from step 1 to step 2. You can go here, babe. Oh. You can go right here and stretch your calves. Alyssa, how long did you do competitive figure skating?
Almost 10 years.
Okay, so 10 years of her ankles really locked up in the boot.
Yep.
She actually
here,
has
baby.
super strong calves.
Say that again.
Oh, so about 10 years locked up in a boot. She actually has super strong calves, but the ankles were really stiff from the figure skating boot. So for her, this has been a simple game changer. Stretching her calves on a slant board. Well, when we were doing the sled, we were pushing through the toes. In knee ability, we go from the toes, pushing through the toes, to strengthening the lower legs. So we're literally going from the ground up. Within this step of calves, though, there's so much variation from strength to flexibility. Fortunately for you, I'm showing this live. We're going through a workout together. And I actually do the calf stretch a lot too, even though my calves are pretty flexible. But fortunately for you, backward sled, calves. Then we're gonna go to tibs, step up, split squat, squat, hamstrings. All these things have exact form videos. So you don't even need this video. This video is giving you some of the principles behind how it works. Public, free, fast, scripted, saving you time, form videos on every step. Now we're gonna keep flowing. So we go from the calf to the tibialis. I actually need some more weight on here to get a good workout. Thank you. So with the sled, we're pushing through the toes. Then we go up to something for the calves. So I'm actually gonna circle back and do like Forrest. Forrest is holding the camera. Take a look at this machine right here. I'm actually gonna work on this machine after the workout. This is a seated calf strengthening machine. Now I'm doing the opposite of that. This is a machine. It makes it super user-friendly. I can go to failure. It takes a minute of my life to strengthen this muscle here. Super simple. There's also, we make tibialis bars. I made this as a collaboration with Sorinex that makes more commercial grade equipment. From home, you may have seen me using my tibialis bar. Ferdy, you can bring him. He can come. Yeah. We'll make it work. And you may have seen me teaching a bodyweight tibialis raise. So you can do this with no equipment whatsoever. I'm just showing how user-friendly it can be, how gentle it can be. Hey, buddy. I heard my son shouting my name. Now we got both kids. Let's keep the demo going. Hey, buddy. Oh, yeah? Dino car. Dino car. Quentin, I'm going to get in there after this, after your set. That was it? All right. I'll twist this a bit so Forrest can see me. So now we're coming up the legs a bit. And you'll see compared to the sled, this is tougher because now I have to control my body down. But this brings us to the next principle. Slow rehabs fast. So improving my ability to handle down there improved my ability to play basketball. So basketball was once too hard for my knees. The same sport that was once too hard is now easy for my knees. Where are you going, buddy? And I'll show you a regression really quick. You can even hold on for support. So boom, you can start at any level here. You can start lower. So every exercise, I think he's going back in. He's going back in. So even within all these steps, everything is a scale. So I'm trying to sequence the steps from gentlest to most intense. So sled was less intense than backward sled was less intense than backward step up. But even within this, it's a total sequence of how difficult it is. The same thing then goes for the next step. Now, we saw the step up working the top range. Well, now we're here, we can work the bottom range. Same thing. So I could start here. And this is when I really started to make some breakthroughs with my knees. I remember I would find stuff to hold on to in the gym, and I would actually work at the level that didn't hurt there. And then you can go body weight you can go weight. On this one, higher, like let's show it here just to show. Like here, you could practically relax. There's not much difficulty yet when it comes to the flexibility. Now as you go lower and lower and lower and lower and lower, it takes more and more flexibility. So each exercise is scale. You still have from assisted to unassisted to loaded. Alyssa's back. We'll go to the next exercise. Yep. I'll grab these. Alyssa's going to do some squats now. There you go. I'm going to show the most common way someone would really get a win on deep squats. You're going to hold this right here. The weight actually gives a little counterbalance by having it in front, but it's going to be a challenging work. You can go as many as 20 reps here. So this is a workout. If you really push yourself on sled, it can be a 10 out of 10 burn. You push yourself on the tib, 10 out of 10 burn. I'm getting, with the split squat, I'm getting a 10 out of 10 flexibility workout, that's for sure, and I'm challenging some muscles. So why squat? Well, it's a bit more advantageous to challenge your strength. So I think the split squat plus the squat, these are the ones I'll do the rest of my life. It's not which one's better. Split squat and squat. This more advantageous for mobility, this more advantageous for strength. Keeps a good balance in the body. So we've already gone sled, calves, tibs, step up, split squat. Squat, we've already done 6 of 8 main categories of knee ability, flowing from the ground up. And we covered backward. Good job. Good workout?
It's 20, yep.
All right. We'll come over here now. We covered backward rehabs forward. We covered rehabbing gravity, whether it's longevity, having lower body injuries. Building from the ground up seems to rehab gravity. And then slow seems to rehab fast. And we just showed with the last two, low seems to rehab high, meaning in the game of basketball, I never bend. This is probably the lowest I bend in the game of basketball. So, but then when you have kids, look, one of them just squatted when I said that. And another one of them squatted. So they're constantly, they were both just up, now they're both down. They're constantly squatting, getting up and down. So the point is just that in a natural lifestyle, we would have more of a balance of upper force to lower force. So in most sports, you end up with so much upper force, but then not spending time training lower force. So like for basketball, if you wanted to simplify the whole subject of knee ability, your biggest results are usually going to come from strengthening in low positions, since basketball is played in such high positions. But basketball, like if we look at a dunk is forward, fast, and in high positions. Well, oh wow, the things I found most effective for rehabbing the knees for basketball: forward, fast, high; backward, slow, low. You have a system with these things. And basketball, you really feel the effects of gravity, so also building from the ground up. We're going to show the last two exercises here. We can bring the camera around here. Reminder again that every exercise I'm showing here, I have detailed form videos to save you time. If we're going to be building all that for the knee, well, we'd also want to be strong behind the knee. Hamstring curl machine is the simplest example. I'll walk over to this Nordic bench. Simplest, but let's take a look at this machine right here. Hey, babe, can you help me move this? I've done most. We're not actually gonna. I've done most of my training since having kids. I've done most of my training from home. Trying to have a hamstring curl machine. This costs more than my entire home gym. Now, I'm not saying people can and should be coming up with better home-friendly hamstring curl machines, but I'm just showing this is the main reason I've been such a big fan of the Nordic hamstring curl is because of this. It's just much easier to move around. And this would be great, actually, because Alyssa and I can show this. the main breakthrough that I've helped make, you can stay here so you can see the angles. And we'll get another example of slow rehabs fast. This is a goal I have for athletes. The ability to control down. That's pretty simple. That took me a lot of years just to be able to do that. Here's the main breakthrough we've helped make. Scaling by angle. And she could do, let's say, a set of 5 and then push back up. So with all this stuff, you're trying to find a level that you can feel some challenge, like you're challenging your ability, but you want to be challenging your pain-free ability. You don't want to go to a point that you have pain, because what do we want? We want more pain-free ability. Like, we don't just want, like, oh, that I get better at basketball, but my knee hurts more. No, we want more ability of the knees without more pain of the knees. We want more pain-free ability. So it's so important for each layer to know how to scale it, how to get into it comfortably. Last step of this workout, this right here, man, you can get someone from the side. I love this so much. Shout out to Mark Bell, our friend. This was his idea because he wanted something that you could just get right in and couch stretch. So I'll show you a couple layers here, and it's actually a good opportunity to explain 0, basics, and pro, meaning equipment does not stop you from doing knee ability. So notice here, I can like plop down. This is what I use at home. Absolutely love this. You could use a couch cushion for the knee. You want to have some thick padding when you do this. Babe, you could get in here and then I'll pop off. And you'll see having something to hold on to, like gyms should have something like this. Gyms have hundreds of thousands of dollars of machines, and then often just like a paper thin yoga mat for our mobility. But mobility becomes really valuable. So yeah, muscle mass is valuable to keep as we get older. So is flexibility and mobility. They're both valuable. I just think gyms should have more equipment to make mobility comfortable and user-friendly. The same way you can sit down on a machine and just start rowing or whatever. So Mark Bell, he wanted something to make it user-friendly, comfortable to work on his couch stretch, because the people who need this the most tend to skip it the most because it's so uncomfortable. The point is we're just finishing off this knee ability session with full flexibility. I was told this left knee, I've got a partially artificial kneecap here, and then I had a meniscus transplant and a quad tendon repair. So I was told it would never fully bend. So it can fully bend. I didn't force it. It came from not working through pain. It came from doing the routine I just showed you. And this is a nice little finishing touch. And when I'm doing it, I'm actually thinking to be active about it. So I'm pushing with my toes there. So I'm actually using some of these thigh muscles. Like I'm not just stretching back against myself. I'm only stretching back as far as I can exert some strength. I'm trying to address my strength and flexibility. I have done so much scripted stuff over the years. I just think it'll help to see some more live training examples. Let's get a shot of the gym here. You'll see let's go out to the turf. You got Mr. Infinity out there on the backward treadmill. You got people stretching the calves. You got someone elevated on the split squat. You got someone lower on the split squat. You got someone doing step-ups over here. I think we can give you better education by doing more live content. So this weekend, Portland did a live dunk teaching session, which was incredible. Fernando over there did a live barbell squat session, which was incredible. And what can I be of most use for is this. So I hope I got something there. I think those 4 principles can really help you. Backward, rehabs forward, ground up, rehabs gravity, slow rehabs fast, low rehabs high. And then realizing that I'm just trying to sequence things. I'm just trying to sequence the forces in a logical way. But then within each step, you still have entire scales and everyone's different. So that's why what we do for a living is affordable coaching. $50 a month to help guide you through that. That's it. So there's no secrets. I'm coming into these videos, not trying to hold anything back. It is so annoying to try to play the sales game. Alyssa and I run the business together. We have no ad money. My job is actually to teach you everything I know. And then our job together, and a lot of these are our online staff. Our online staff is not just random people we got at a low price. We pay them very well. We answer you under 24 hours. These are people like you who are watching these videos who became success stories starting years ago, wanted to help other people do the same. It's a really cool thing. So no secrets, just service. Some of these folks are online coaches. Some of these folks are in-person coaches. So you can also go to map.atgforcoaches.com and see if there's a coach that I have certified near you. Thanks for watching. Babe, any last words here?
Happy birthday.
Oh. Thanks, babe. All right. See ya.